Hi guys, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a budget with me for the month of March as well as what I spent in February. So March is going to be a exciting month monetary wise and otherwise because I'm supposed to be getting my new car this month. It's supposed to be getting shipped to the dealership, so I should be able to pick that up. So that means new changes in my budget as well as the fact that I should be getting a tax refund. So stay tuned for the budget to see what I end up doing. Alright, so I'm going to start it off by going over what I spent in February. So up on the screen I should have my February budget as I planned it last month. However, we're gonna go through and change some things. So on the fixed side, which is my fixed checking account, I did deposit the $480 in there as usual, and the housing was $203.19 as usual as well, so that's all the same. Most of the changes happened on the variable side as usual. So this is my variable checking account where I spend or dedicate money to variable expenses or expenses that I pay with my credit card. So in terms of my paycheck, actually ended up getting less than I budgeted, so that ended up being $1,372.24. So that changes the paycheck amount for the month to $1,852.24. Now this is money that I pay myself after investment and savings. So let's move on. In terms of other income that I had for the month, I also had some cash back from Rakuten, and if you aren't already using that, then you should. You can use it for expenses that or things that you pay for online as well as things that you pay for in store. So I ended up getting $28.50 for that. And then I got a refund because I bought a vlogging camera, which I actually didn't like. I got the Sony ZV-1, and in terms of like videography, like that was fine. It's just the battery life was really bad and it kept on overheating, so I ended up returning it, and I got $664.48 returned to my credit card, and then I had them transfer the money to my actual bank account. So that's what got deposited for the month. So in total I had $2,724.76 to work with for the month. So groceries, I ended up only spending $53.70 for groceries. Normally I budget, as you saw, $300, but because I was on vacation for 2 weeks out of this month, I used my travel credit card, which is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, to pay for my groceries and anything that I did on my vacation, and that comes out of a separate fund. It comes out of my vacation fund, so I don't count it here because this is my variable checking account. In terms of fuel, I spent less than $150 because, as I said, I was gone, but I still spent a good amount. So $113.88 for gas for my car. Cell phone stayed the same, subscriptions stayed the same, electricity the same, and glasses, which I'm wearing now. So these are my prescription glasses. I got this set and a pair of sunglasses for when I'm driving, etc. Bitcoin stayed the same. It's a set amount. It's $60 every week, so that's what was taken out. And then other things that I ended up paying for during the rest of the month was taxes. I prepared my taxes and I used the software to do so, so it only cost me $108. I'm gonna change the color of this because I don't want it to be that red. So let's see here. Okay, good. And then stationery, I spent $22.87 on a planner and some markers and a pen. So I used to plan a lot like when I was in school, because I've been in school like forever, and I found it to be helpful. But then once I was out of school, like I was so happy to be free from the planner life and like having my life dictated to me. But now I kind of feel like I needed to like get back into the groove of things, especially because I'm trying to build the YouTube channel and I need to just like have a little bit more structure in my life. So I bought a planner. I got this from TJ Maxx, so they were relatively affordable. And then electronics, I ended up getting a new iPad because I find that I don't use my iPad as it is. So I got a updated version, and then I got the accessories to use with it. So I got the pen and the keyboard to use with it, and I'm hoping like I can be more productive with it, because as it stands, just having it as it by itself, like it doesn't serve any point in my opinion. Like the only thing I use it for now is to listen to music and watch YouTube videos, which I can do on my phone and do on my laptop. So hopefully with those accessories, like I can use it for something productive. So we'll see. Anyway, the iPad alone was $486.54, and I'm going to be trading in my old iPad, so it'll end up being less than this once the credit comes in, which will be next month. And then jewelry, I ended up spending $317.99 on a ring, and I am on a no buy, and this is one of my no buy categories. However, I had bought this similar ring back in November for Black Friday, but I ended up buying it for one of these 3 fingers, so it was smaller, and I didn't like it because I felt like I couldn't put my fingers together because it was like so thick. However, I bought it again this time for less money from a different place, and it ended up costing me $317.99 as I said before, but I'm going to be wearing it on my thumb, so we'll see how that looks when it comes in. I find that things never really look like they should in real life, so it might end up getting returned, but anyway, that's what I ended up spending. And let's see, anything else for the month? Yes, I ended up spending $39.47 for restaurants, and this is restaurants like when I came back. Obviously I spent money on vacation for restaurants, but like I said, that comes out of a separate account, so this is just for when I came back. I'm changing the color again. And then body care, I bought some wax because I wax myself at home, and then I also bought like a body scrub and some bath bombs because I enjoy that kind of stuff. So let's see, that was $54.03, and then I had to get my oil change, so that ended up costing me $41.54 with a coupon. So in total, in my variable checking account, I spent $1,777.89 for the month, leaving me with a balance of $946.87. As you'll see, it's going to be a different balance starting off the month because I haven't paid my credit cards yet. But in total for the month of February, I spent $1,981.08, and I didn't end up saving any money because, as you see here, I ended up spending more than my paycheck, and that's what's being accounted for. So paycheck was $1,800 and I spent $1,900, so thus the $800 difference there. Alright, so that is it for February. Let's move on to what I plan to do for March. Alright, so March is going to be a high income month, not because I'm working more necessarily, although I am, but mostly because of the tax refund, which we'll get into. So on the fixed checking account side, I will be depositing $480 because that's what the fixed bills in that account amount to every month, and the starting balance in that account is $2,048.96. And in terms of bills that are going to be coming out of this month, $250 is going to be coming out of the housing fund. Transportation, I am going to be getting my new car this month, but I don't know what the car payment will be, and I doubt the car payment will be due the first month, so we're just going to put $0 for that. But carrying forward, if everything goes through, then the amount for my car payment will be coming from this account. Then for the variable side, I should be getting $1,372.24 from my full-time job, and that is, as I explained before, just the amount that I pay myself after investing in savings. And starting balance in this account as of today is $2,621.28. I'm going to be working my other job, so I should be getting $1,516.06 in that account if that happens. And then for my tax refund, I should be getting $3,927 there. And then I don't anticipate any other income, but I like to have that spot there and shouldn't have to transfer any money because, as you see here, I should have a good amount of money in my checking account. So something is not adding up here, so give me 1 second. Okay, so in total for my variable checking account, I should have to work with for the month $9,436.58. So let's just go over like my regular bills, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what I plan to do with the extra money. So internet is going to be $49.99, electricity $38.67, groceries I normally budget $300, and sometimes I spend a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, but I just leave it at that amount because that's not what I pay on average. $60 for supplements. Gas, we're going to be budgeting $150, even though gas has increased, so we'll see if that needs to be changed for the future. So car payment, I don't know what that's going to be, but I put $500 to order the car, and I was told it's $500 once the car gets here, and both of those amounts, so the $1,000 will be applied to the actual car if I decide to keep it. So I'm just gonna put $500, and then my cell phone bill $110 because I increased my plan when I went on vacation just for the extra the faster data. So once all that settles out, it should go back to the regular $70 a month, but $110 for now. And then subscriptions $18.99. And then my investments, aside from my investments that come out pre-paycheck that you see here, I also do $6 a week to Bitcoin, so that equals $260. And the reason that I have it here versus otherwise is honestly because I feel like Bitcoin's so volatile. It's like there's a good probability that this money could disappear at any moment, so I just feel like it's more of an expense than necessarily an investment, but in a way it is. Like, it could become an investment if Bitcoin holds true to its intent. If not, then it's just money that is getting set aside for something or disappearing. To be determined. So that's that, and then I'm gonna set aside $100 for restaurants because I have some social events coming up, so probably gonna be going out for that. So on the fixed side, only spending $250 from that account, and that should leave me with $2,528.96 for my fixed account. And then the variable account, my spending is $1,227.65, leaving me with $9,176.58 in that account. Monthly spending for the two accounts is not correct, so we're gonna have to fix those. All right, so monthly spending $1,477.65. And then in terms of the money that I made for the month and my expenses, I'll be left with $4,301.59. So I'm just gonna double check something real quick. Actually, that amount that I just mentioned was not included in my extra paycheck, so I did that. So actually I'm going to be left with $5,817.67. So what I plan to do with that amount of money is actually invest it. And I may or may not do a video when I actually invest it, or I'll do a separate video about my plans for investing and how I invest in general outside of Bitcoin. But yes, that is going to be it for the March budget and February recap. Any questions that you have, let me know below, and let me know what you're going to be doing with your tax refund if you've already received it, etc. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.